It is currently about 0 a.m. and here goes the last train of the day. And I always wondered what happens after the last MRT train. To find out, I'm invited to experience the behind the scenes, such as inspecting the rails and even replacing them. We're also witnessing all the hidden works done before the launch of the first train.
So currently walking towards the part where they'll be replacing the rail, and it's about 400 meters from the station.
So every night, workers race against time to replace worn or defective rails.
So currently they're replacing the rails so fast. They work so efficient.
It's just so amazing to think that all of this is happening while all of us are asleep. After the works, I was able to interview one of the staff.
My name is Shasni and I'm the manager for track renewal at MRT. My job is to oversee the worn rail and defective rail over North South East West line, and of course to make sure the safety and reliability of the tracks, and also to manage the team that carries out the works every night. So every night we are tasked to replace rail all over our network. Whenever a defect is being picked up, it will be routed to us, and we're only working for 3 hours from 1:30 to 4:30 a.m. Every night is a pressure to make sure that our works are carried out safely and of course timely, to make sure that it doesn't affect revenue service trains. Our work, although it's tiring, it's very rewarding to me because the work we do affects millions of lives in Singapore, because if there's any hiccup were to happen, it would affect so many people. I wish the public would appreciate our ground staff that are carrying out our works every night, because the work we do is not easy. And although it's not easy, we find it rewarding that we get to ensure that the trains are safe for service at the end of every night.
Okay, now that the rails are inspected and replaced and all safe, now staff must get ready for the launch of the first trains. But before all that, I'm gonna have some kopi at the staff canteen. This is so cool. So normally this is a restricted area only for the train staff, I believe. It's almost 3:30 a.m. and the canteen is starting to fill up already. And my kopi o kosong only cost me 80 cents. I want to work here. Right, so these are all the first trains. Alright, we are at Bishan Depot and the train captain is getting ready to launch the first train, which start as early as 5:29. It's really cool going inside the train captain's room.
Bishan train 801, EMU 8902 at 390 East radio check over.
Finish Bishan 308. Stand by. I'm sending you to cover the siding off.
Okay, next she's checking if the train doors are working properly. There are so many things to check. I'm already getting a headache. I got some time to wander around Bishan Depot. Again, this one, very exclusive. Not anyone can come inside. So these are all the trains that are, they are sleeping. They finished their work last night, and once the train captains arrive, they will do all the safety measures we just saw and start the day. Here goes another train, one of the first trains of Singapore. So you might be wondering how they maintain the trains, do the overhaul. And good news, we will get to check it out later in the video. Alright, so this is Mun, the train captain.
Yeah,
this is so cool.
hi.
Thank you so much for the tour and showing us the behind the scenes.
Thank you.
I want to ask you why you wanted to become train captain, because it's certainly not a conventional career, right?
Actually, it's not. However, I've always wanted to join SMRT as a train captain.
Was it your dream since a child?
Yes, because I didn't know that the train has a driver in it. I thought it was actually like no one in there.
Yeah, I thought that was like the Singapore system. In Japan, I'm from Japan, right? There's always a captain. So many manual things
Correct.
you have to do. But
Yes.
Singapore, I thought it was automatic.
Correct.
Yeah, but
Yes.
in fact, there are train captains like you.
Yes.
But what's your work hours like typically? Because today, very early.
For example, if you were to talk about today, I woke up at 12:30. just to report.
Wait. 12:13
Yes.
a.m.?
Yes.
A lot of people sleep at 12:13.
Yes, correct. But for us, as a TC, we do wake up at 12:30 to report at 3:30.
But then what does your family think about your career? Because the timing and lots of responsibility.
My family is being very supportive about it, especially my husband, because he himself is a train captain as well.
That's so cool. Both of you.
Yes.
Was there a moment like you're on the train and you're going somewhere and you see your husband coming somewhere?
Yes, there is a moment.
Then when you see your husband on the train and you see him coming, do you throw kisses and
Of course, definitely.
so romantic? What do you like about being a train captain and what are some of the challenges?
What do I like most is actually like it's a sightseeing, but instead it's on the train. But at the same time, we do need to look out on the tracks because if there's any damage or anything, if there's any fault, we need to report. There is a lot of challenges that we face, but somehow we are prepared for it. Definitely, with all the 6 months of training to be a train captain.
What do you wish the public know more about your job?
I wish the public knows that actually, as a train captain, we don't just sit in that cabin. I would love that they would understand that we play an important role in that cabin. It's to look out for them also. Even though we don't interact with the commuters, we actually do plays a big part, you know, to make sure that the train runs smoothly, the tracks are fine.
Thank you so much, Moon.
Thank you
and
so much.
all the other train drivers for driving us safely. And the first train finally launched after so many things to check. Oh, it's bright already. All right, the final behind the scenes we are checking out is the train overhaul, which is like maintenance of the trains. Also very exclusive. Wow, it's huge inside.
Welcome to the workshop. Our workshop is divided into two sections. One is the component servicing, the other one is the heavy maintenance.
This is so cool. One of the unseen sights of Singapore. So this is where all the train parts are being inspected, repaired, replaced. So many parts that I never seen before. This one looks like a bazooka. Okay, now they are testing the repaired parts. If you think of it, the staff here, they have to be insanely careful to ensure safety for the passengers. And I'm sure there are so many safety procedures that they have to go through. Oh, I see the actual trains. So this is where the trains are brought in for repair. Okay, here comes a train entering the workshop.
For overhaul, we will raise the train up to remove components from underframe, which is underneath the train, and from the roof, and as well as the sides and inside of the train. So it's quite a lot of components or quite a lot of works to be carried out, and it requires a special type of tracks with overhead cranes, with a platform for us to access the roof, with lifting systems for us to lift up the train, and that enables us to carry out this type of works. So that's why overhaul is carried out a bit more longer than our preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance is meant to be fast. Come in, within 1 day we finish the job, the next day the train can go out for service. Overhaul, we will down the train for a bit longer, up to 3 weeks. So one of the tasks that we will show now is the installation of the hatch cover. This hatch cover is mounted on top of the train roof.
So after installing the doors, they actually will do many safety checks. They will see if it closes properly, if there is any resistance, because keeping the doors safe and working properly, it's one of the most important safety procedures. Because a lot of people, they like to lean on the doors, right? And imagine the door just come off and the passenger fly away. We don't want that to happen. Next, they're inspecting the bogie. It's one of the most important parts of the train, and it helps support the train as well as housing one of the most important components, like the wheels. So for the bogie, they're inspecting the cracks, wirings, if everything is okay. Just the amount of physical space and care and people, it's mind-blowing. It's something I have never seen before. I mean, of course, we all know that they have to maintain the trains, but being able to see it firsthand, it definitely makes me appreciate more of all the hard work that's being done behind the scenes. Alright, so this is Chung Kyung. He actually watches my videos.
Hi.
And you oversee the whole operation here, right?
I'm largely responsible for the rolling stock maintenance, the maintenance over the trains that each one of y'all are familiar with.
So you're the Daoge.
I wouldn't say a taoge.
Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a taoge, but I'm just one of the team member of this very large team.
I'm still practicing my Hokkien. Sorry,
Oh, that's good.
I call it being stuff. Sorry. But isn't your work challenging? Like, can you share some of the biggest struggles or challenges you face?
For the maintenance work, every day is a challenge. We will always be faced with different defects as and when, so-called the train misbehave. And each and every opportunity that we have, we will ensure that we are able to address the root causes and repair and recover the train back to its operating condition so that we can put it back to the line for service.
Singapore is known to have affordable, reliable, and safe public transport, but after today, I feel much more appreciative. After experiencing the behind the scenes, I noticed that everyone from the train captains to train operators and more staff face tremendous pressure to ensure getting millions of passengers to their destination on time and safely. And if you like this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy the bus captain video I did. I'll overlay it around here, so do check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, guys. Goodbye.